Stay connected to your community and save. Just 99 cents a month gets you 3 months of unlimited access to Inform.com. Visit Inform.com/subscribe and get your first 3 months of news for only 99 cents a month.
Beverly Hanson, unknown to many, and the first ever winner of the LPGA Championship, is deserving of the state's Rough Rider Award. Hi, this is Tracy Briggs, and welcome to this week's Back Then. Having done history stories for as long as I have, I'm not surprised by much these days. With the earliest reports I did for WDAY-TV for the North Dakota Centennial in 1989, yes, 1989, way back then, I learned some interesting little nuggets. For example, did you know that Tootsie stars Dustin Hoffman and Jessica Lange both once lived in Fargo? And not only that, they lived here at the same time. But I have to admit, I was caught off guard the other day when I stumbled upon an acclaimed North Dakotan that I had never heard of, a groundbreaking athlete named Beverly Hanson. Hanson is a 1941 Fargo Central High graduate. She was the first ever Ladies Professional Golf Association champion. But that's not all. In her 10 years as an LPGA touring professional, she won 17 tournaments, including 3 majors. The first LPGA Championship in 1955 that I already mentioned, the Western Open in 1956, and the title holders in 1958. She was also the leading money winner and a winner of the Vare Trophy for the lowest scoring average in 1958. I say I stumbled upon Hanson because, well, that's pretty much what happened. I was actually researching the identities of some men in a photo from World War II as part of a follow-up on a story Forum columnist Bob Lynn wrote in 2019. Fortunately, we did find the answers to that question with the help of a few avid merchant marine scholars. We learned that the photo was taken in 1943 aboard the USS Edward Livingston, and included in the photo was a Fargoan named Gordon Sten Hanson. Now, when I started researching Gordon, I learned he had a younger sister named Beverly. And then when I clicked on her name, I was taken down a research rabbit hole that led me to learn that Beverly Hanson, Gordon's little sister, was a top-notch professional golfer. Knocked me over with a 9-iron. I have lived in this area for more than 50 years, and I had never heard of this woman. And I should have. In a 2014 story written by my colleague Jeff Kolpak following Hanson's death, Kolpak notes even top sports journalists miss the connection to her home state. Here's what Jeff said. When Sports Illustrated came out with the top 50 sports figures in North Dakota a few years ago, Beverly Hanson was nowhere to be found. But it's ironic, actually, since she was portrayed in the magazine's Faces in the Crowd segment in 1958 for being the leading money winner on the LPGA Tour. So let's talk about Hanson's early years. She actually didn't play golf while she was at Fargo Central High School because, well, go figure, the school didn't have a girls' golf team. But we think she probably honed her skills at the Fargo Country Club because her father was a member there. Following graduation from Central, when she was just 16 years old, she attended the University of North Dakota to study journalism. In 1944, she actually graduated at the age of 19. Well, then she went to work for the Forum for a whopping 50 cents an hour. When she was assigned to cover a golf tournament, she actually used the byline Ben Hanson instead of Bev Hanson, presumably because she believed readers were probably more likely to trust a male sports writer. But soon, she would choose to make news on the golf course instead of writing about it. In 1947, she decided it was time to follow her heart and pursue a career in golf. Good call. According to Kolpak, Hanson was part of the pioneers of LPGA golf with the likes of Patty Berg, Babe Diedrichson Zaharias, Louise Suggs, Mickey Wright, and Peggy Kirk Bell. But unfortunately, Hanson has not been given the same credit the others have. All 5 of those women have been inducted into the World Golf Hall of Fame. Hanson, while nominated last year, has not been inducted. Friends noted that she was never one for chasing headlines, but nonetheless, they wish she knew that she was appreciated for her accomplishments. She did get her share of coverage from the Forum during her days on the tour, but for some reason she fell off the radar in both media and golf circles in later years. After retiring from professional golf in 1961, she became a golf instructor at El Dorado Country Club in Indian Wells, California. She also became active in civic and community affairs and was elected to 2 terms on her local school board. In 1961, she married Andrew Sfingy. During their 34 years of marriage, they adopted 3 children, Sharon, John, and Jay. Upon her death in 2014, several national sports writers questioned why she had not received the same accolades other early athletes on the LPGA Tour had. Those in her home state wondered too. So a few North Dakotans decided to try and right some of the wrongs. In 2001, the University of North Dakota honored her with the Sioux Award for her distinguished career in golf. Hanson flew home for the first time in many years to accept that award. Her son said despite not making it back here frequently, she always spoke highly of North Dakota and never forgot growing up in Fargo. The Fargo Country Club, for their role, is honoring her as well. Head professional David Schultz says they plan to reframe a photo they have of Hanson and prominently display it in the clubhouse. But North Dakota's highest award still eludes Hanson. According to its website, the Theodore Roosevelt Rough Rider Award recognizes North Dakotans who have been influenced by this state in achieving national recognition in their fields of endeavor, thereby reflecting credit and honor upon North Dakota and its citizens. Recipients of the award are chosen by the governor with concurrence of the Secretary of State and the director of the State Historical Society. As of July 2021, 46 North Dakotans have received the award. Their portraits are on display in the lower level of the Capitol building. Now, according to Governor Doug Burgum's spokesperson Mike Nowatzki, Beverly Hanson has been nominated for the Rough Rider Award multiple times, most recently in 2002. He said nominations for Beverly Hanson were submitted to Governors Sinner, Schaefer, and Hoeven, with the oldest nomination being from November of 1991. But for whatever reason, she was not chosen to receive the award. Nowatzki says he doesn't know why and can't speculate on past administrations. Well, it seems to me Hanson is deserving of another nomination, and this time acceptance. After all, other sports figures to receive the Rough Rider include Roger Maris, Phil Jackson, and most recently, Monique and Jocelyn Lamoureux. I think it's Hanson's turn. I might have just stumbled upon Beverly Hanson while researching her brother, but little sister Beverly took center stage. Fargo's forgotten star left a legacy in women's sports that can't be denied, no matter how many of us fail to remember it. And for a state whose slogan is, "Be legendary," let's honor someone who clearly was. Thanks for joining us on this week's Back Then. I hope you join us again next week.
Get reliable and accurate local news with Inform.com. Inform.com is your trusted local news source with journalists dedicated to keeping you informed about what's happening in your community. Visit Inform.com now.